Hello everyone, this is Yolanda from CraftySentiments.com and I'm here with another video. But first I would like to take a moment to thank all of my subscribers. If you've been with me for a while, thank you for coming back and visiting my channel. And if you're a brand new subscriber, welcome, and I thank you for taking the time out to view my channel. I also want to thank everyone who leaves a comment. That means a lot to me, and I have a lot of fun looking at all of your different comments, and I hope to be able to reply back to them all. I try to do that. Hopefully I haven't missed anyone. So let's get started with today's video. This is a card that I'm going to make a card, and I'm going to be using some of the new products out of the annual 2017-2018 Stampin' Up! Catalog. And I will leave a link below to all of the products. However, please be aware that they're not available until June 1st. At that time, then you can order anything that you want out of the new catalog. And if you are new to Stampin' Up! And you don't have a demonstrator, and you would like to order some products, you can do so at the link below, because I would love for you to be your demonstrator. If you would like to receive a catalog and you live in the US of A, I would love to be able to give you a catalog so you can order some of the products that I'll be showcasing coming up really soon. I've done a few videos and I'll be doing a lot more because it is a really great catalog. Okay, so let me get started. So what I'm going to be using today is the brand new Lovely Friends stamp set. It looks like a lot right there. It's 23 stamps, and there are some really great sentiments and little elements that goes with it. But really what's great is that these are some really large, and I do mean large, stamps. Look how large that is. And this is what I'm going to be using today. Look how big that is against my hand. Hope you can see that it's not a glare. So there are some large sentiments that are in here that are really great. So today, out of this stamp set, I'm going to be using Good Friends Are Hard to Find, and you are one of the best. I'm also going to be using the two-step stamping. There's two little flowers. There's a larger flower and a smaller flower. So I'm going to be using that. Now, because this is such a large stamp, you're going to need to have one of our largest stamp clear blocks, and that's the clear block F. So I'll show you that when we get started. So I'm going to be using that. Along with it, I'm going to be using the lovely Laurel thinlit dies. And for this one, I think I've used just about every thinlit that's in here, except for two, I believe. So I'll show you how we're going to use that as well. Let me move these out of the way. I'm also going to be using our brand new Berry Burst. It's one of my favorites. I love it. I'm also going to be using a snail adhesive, my bone folder, tearing tape. I have some dimensionals and rhinestones. Now there will be some new rhinestones coming out in the new catalog, but they haven't let us pre-order those. So I'm going to be using some of these, and I'm going to use these up because they're like a lot of bling. Who doesn't love bling? Dimensionals and rhinestones, and like 3 different kinds of adhesive. And I'm also going to be using the multi-purpose glue, and also still brand new out of the catalog, this is a piece of the thick Very Vanilla cardstock, and it is great. It's just like our thick white cardstock, the Whisper White, but it's the Very Vanilla, and it's brand new in the catalog this year. So I have this cut out at this piece of cardstock is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And with this, you really do need to score it before you. Sometimes you can just go ahead and bend it over and then make your crease, but you really need to score this because it's really thick. I also have a piece of cardstock that's the Berry Burst, coordinates with the color, and this measures 5 1/4 by 4 inches. I have a piece of regular Very Vanilla, and this measures 5 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to need just a piece of, this is really way too big, but some scrap cardstock in Whisper White, and a piece of scrap cardstock. This is what I'm using is the Tranquil Tide, another new in color that's in our catalog. So let's get started. I'm going to be moving some of these things out of the way so we can stamp a couple of things first, and then we'll start die cutting. So let me move this out the way. We don't need these just yet. I need my stamp pad, and I don't need that. Now, because these are photopolymer stamps, you do need a cushion because there is no cushion in the stamp set. So I'm going to use my piercing mat. Forgot to mention that. So I can stamp on it and give it a little bit of cush. So the first thing I'm going to do, and here is, I have it already mounted. Yes, the Berry Burst stains the stamp set. Honestly, it doesn't really bother me. It's not going to affect the quality of the stamps that you're going to get. It's just a really red color. Now, one of the things that you can do before you stamp it in your stamp pad is to stamp it in Versamark first, and that kind of prevents the staining. But again, it doesn't bother me. It just shows that I've really used this stamp set. And again, it's not going to affect the quality of the stamping. And this is the huge, what number is this? Letters is this? Is the F clear block. So, because it's so huge, I'm going to take this ink pad to the stamp and stamp it up, and really good. Now you're going to see I get messy and I hit the sides, but it's not going to affect it at all. I want to get a good coverage because it's a really large stamp set. Set that aside. Set that straight. This is huge. And I want it right about there. And kind of press in. You don't want to rock it. And you want to go over it all over. I'm pressing into it. That's why it needs a little bit of cush from the piercing mat. And there you go. Look at that. Awesome. So I'm going to set this aside because I don't need this right now. The other thing that I'm going to stamp are the little flowers. So there's two-step stamping, and you can do it either way. I would suggest that you practice and see what feels comfortable for you. Some people go for the background portion of it. Hopefully I'm not out of camera. The background, and stamp that first, and then stamp the detail stamp. But I find for me, it's easier for me to do the detail stamp first and then the background. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do the detail. I'm going to need two of these, and I'm going to use it full strength. So I'm not going to stamp off. Oh, and another thing, pay attention to where there's a little tail right here. Always have it going in the same direction so you can line up your stamps. And it's also important with the die set as well. And I'll show you that when we get ready to cut it out. So, full strength. Down and up. Good thing, look at that tail. That's a mistake, but I'm not going to even worry about it because it's not going to cut out. And I rocked it. So just down and up. Better. And I'll do another one just because. Down and up. So I'll set that aside. Now for the background, I'm going to stamp off because I want it to be a lighter color. Ink it up, stamp off, and then I can line it up pretty good. Down and up. Look at that. Beautiful. Stamp off. Line it up. And I'll do the third one. Stamp off. Line it up. And I rocked it. I felt it that time. I felt it go down as I was rocked it. But that's okay. I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to do the smaller stamps. So again, full strength. I need 3 of these. I'll do an extra one. There we go. I'll take this off. Set that aside, and I'll put the other one on. This again has a little tail, and it will line up. Stamp off. I'm not very good today. I'm keep rocking it. Something that you're not supposed to do. But it's okay, because it's going to be cut out and you're not going to see that part anyway. And there we go. So I can put these aside. And let me close this up before I get it everywhere. And set that aside. And let me show you what we're going to do with the dies, because we do have quite a few that we're going to be using. Let me move this, put that over there. In the stamp set, excuse me, in the die set, there are quite a few dies that I'm using today. So it's a Laurel set, and that's like a little flower. I guess you could call it a flower. There are 2 pieces to the set, and they'll come together this way. There's a left and a right, and you'll need to cut out 1 of each. And I'm going to cut that out. Oh, what did I do with my paper? I'm going to take it over to where my big shot is at. I'm going to cut one out, and I'm going to cut the second one out. And you see there's a lot of waste that'll be left, you know, that you're not going to use. Don't throw that away. I'm going to use this little bitty little bitty leaf set, and I'll need 3 of these. And as you see, after you cut these out, you have enough space to use up all the little bits and pieces that you would normally throw away. So go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and then I'm going to come back, and then with the little leftovers, the scraps, I'm going to cut out as many as you want. I need 3 for this particular project, so I'm going to cut that out. Let me show you. This I'm going to cut out in some Whisper White, and I just put my other piece of Whisper White away. No, Very Vanilla, I'm sorry. This is going to be cut out in the Very Vanilla. So I have a piece of Very Vanilla. Okay. This is like the front part of the banner. Sorry about that. So I'm going to need 1 of those. This is the other part. This is like another part of the banner, and you'll see later. And I need to cut out, you only have 1 of these, but I need to cut out 2 of these. So I'm going to run those through the big shot, and then I'm going to run it through there again, so I have 2 of these. And oh dear, seem to have misplaced my other little, okay, I'll get that in a second. Like I was showing you before, I'll move this out the way, where I had a little mistake. On the die set, there is a little lip right here, and you're going to line that up. You don't need the precision base plate. You can just use your regular cutting, whatever cutting machine that you do have. If you do have the magnetic platform, you can use that, or if not, I just adhere a piece of washi tape down, and I'm going to cut these out. I just need 2 of these, and as soon as I can find my little small one, I hope I didn't drop it. I probably dropped it. There's another little small die that will match out and cut this out. Let me find that, and I'm going to go and cut all of these out, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with all of my pieces, and let's get started to put put this card together. I want you to know that I did find a little small piece, the small flower die, and again it has that little lip, and so you have to line it up with the same direction that you stamped, so you can get a good cut for your die from your paper. Let me put that aside. So let me do this first. Now for the inside of the banner, we're going to stamp our sentiment. And let me move that aside and get my piercing mat pad again. Got stuff all over the place. So we're just going to lay that down. And because it's photopolymer, you can see right through it, which is good. We're going to do the berry burst. And make sure we have it the right direction. And we're going to stamp right in the middle. Perfect. Set that aside, and we're through with all the stamping. So let's put that away. Let's set this aside. And so let's get started and put this card together. So let's do this first. We're going to fold the cardstock over. This is the Thick Very Vanilla. And we're going to burnish it. And we're going to layer our berry burst on top. Oopsie, right in the middle. Down to live. There we go. And then we're going to layer this on top as well. Isn't that pretty? I love this color. Okay, we're going to set that aside. We'll come back to that in a second. So the next thing we're going to do, let's put the, for our flowers, the two larger ones, I'm going to put dimensionals on the back. I just need one dimensional for each. And then I'm also going to put one of the middle medium-sized rhinestones right in the middle. And set that aside. And I can put these on right now. Let's set one over here. And I'm going to set the other one in the opposite corner up here. And for these small pieces, let me move these out of the way. I don't want those just yet. The leaves, I am going to adhere that down as well. A little bit of the Tombow glue. Just a little bit. You don't need a lot. I'm going to place one up here. Hold it down for a second. And I'm going to place the other two with the other one. Just like that. And just a small one. You can use a fine tip glue pen. It's not my favorite sometimes. It gives me trouble every once in a while. So I'll just go ahead and use this. Look at that coming together. Okay, so I'm through with this. I can set that aside. I don't need that anymore. Now for these, I might as well just go ahead and do these right quick. I'm going to need to cut down the dimensionals. Well, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to put them on dimensionals. No, maybe I should put them on a mini glue dot. I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to get a smaller rhinestone and place in the center. I was going to place it on the dimensional, but it's already going to have enough dimension so it doesn't need any more. And you'll see in just a second. So I'm going to set those aside over here. And I'm through with that. So let me move that out of the way. And I'm through with that. Through with my dimensionals. Trying to clear a little space over here. So the next thing that we're going to do, now I cut out 2 of the laurel leaves. And you probably can't see it, but there is a small score line, and you're going to score it, fold it, and bend it toward the back for both of them. There's a score line, right on the score line, bend it back, and you can burnish it. The same with the banner pieces. There are 2, and they were both cut out the same way. They're identical, but we're going to put one on top of the other. But there is a score line. We're going to fold that back and burnish it. Both of them go to the back. We're going to fold it back on the score line and burnish it. And for this, we're going to put some tearing tape. Now, you can go ahead and use I would use something stronger than the snail adhesive. You can use the wet glue, the mono adhesive wet glue, but it's totally up to you. And I'm going to put, you can put a couple of strips down. I'm just going to put one down for right now. And tear that off. And then I'm going to put it on the fold, the part that I folded over. I'm going to put some on that area as well. And the next one. Okay. So we'll remove that, burnish it down. And any part that's hanging over, I'm just going to fold it over on itself. And again, for this one, remove the paper. Anything that's hanging over, I'm going to fold it over on itself. So we have the left and we have the right. And there's 2 little notches right here, and they go together like this. So there you go. It's going to fold like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close them together. And these kind of line up together. So we're going to place it in the card on the right side of the fold. Don't put it right on the crease, but right on the side. And you kind of have to put it toward the bottom, and you have to kind of gauge it. Let me put my hand out the way, because it's going to fold down again. So I'm going to make sure it's not folded. It's not going to lean over the edge of the card. So close to the bottom. Now we're going to close that, and we're going to close that up and press down. And we kind of have to manipulate it just a little bit down and up. Isn't that cute? You kind of have to train it a little bit. Okay, so the same thing we're going to do for this one. There are 2 notches. There's a top and the bottom. Top is right, bottom is left, where the little notches are at. And they're going to go in together like that. Flip them over and fold those pieces back. Now, I don't know if you can kind of see, but there's just a little bit of a line right up that's in there. And that's going to go across the crease. So let me... Okay, it's going to be difficult. Peel the backing off. Peel the backing off. You're going to want them together. And you're going to put this, straddle it on the crease. So this there's a little small area in between. I'm going to put that over the crease. There. And again, you're going to kind of have to train it. Super cute. So we're almost there, you guys. I'm going to put the snail adhesive. And when you close it, it lines up. I mean, when you open it, it lines up. And you kind of give it a little crease and close it. And you're gonna, again, you're gonna have to kind of train it. And the more you do it, it'll flatten out. And so the last thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add these little flowers with some glue dots, some mini glue dots. And that will be it. And this is such a cute card. Tear that off. That always annoys me. And then you can place them wherever you would like. And the third one, you can put as many as you like on here. I'm not going to put that many. You know what, I'm going to set that one over there. And I'm going to move this one. I'm going to put another piece of glue, another glue dot on here. I'm going to set that over there. So there you have it. Good friends are hard to find. And you're one of the best. And again, there's other stamps that you can line up in here. Or you can use pattern paper. You can use just about anything that you like. But I wanted to do just this one just to showcase the new ink colors and the actual stamp set in thin dies. And I think this is just so super cute. So that's all that I have for you right now. Thank you so much for stopping by and sticking along with me. I know this is quite a probably a little bit of a longer video than I normally do, but I just had to show you this. I think this is so cute. The colors, and think about the different colors that you can use. I've only used one ink pad today, and that was the Berry Burst. You can change up the colors, you can mix and match the colors for the flowers. The sky's the limit, and you can be your own creator and design whatever you would like. But this is my design for today. So thank you all so much for stopping by. This is Yolanda from CraftySentiments.com. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it out to friends and family. And leave me a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the stamp set and what you think about it. Also, I'll have a link below with the list of all the products that I used today. And again, they'll be available June 1st. So thanks everybody for stopping by. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, and have a great day.